Miss Sanford, you're
My
not going to
problem,
Me and
win.
my daughter.
Miss Sanford, there's nothing to win here.
It's not
Stop.
winning. I want
Stop.
to protect my daughter.
Stop.
And you said it was
Stop.
performative. I am protecting my
Stop.
daughter.
There's
And you said it
nothing
was
to win. Y'all tell me, what's the plan? Because
So
if
you
the mother of the child is the person who's the victim, alleged victim in this case.
That is correct, Your Honor. It is our understanding that Miss Sanford, she is the mother of their 2-year-old child, and it's my understanding that Mr. Lotta is requesting contact with his 2-year-old daughter via Zoom. It's my understanding that Mr. Lotta resides here and the mother does not reside in the state of Georgia.
Y'all, we got a spicy one, right? We got a spicy one, man. We got a mother going back and forth with the judge because her mother does not want to give the father any visitation rights. Don't even want the father to be in the child's life. And she is really arguing about it. And she tries to come up with some claims. Let's jump into this.
Miss Sanford, you're
My
not going to
problem,
win.
my daughter.
Miss Sanford, there's nothing to win here.
It's
Stop.
not winning.
Stop.
I want to protect my daughter.
Stop.
And you said it was
Stop.
performative. I am protecting my
Stop.
daughter.
There's
And you said it
nothing
was
to win. Y'all tell me, what's the plan? Because
So
if
you-
the mother of the child is the person who's the victim, alleged victim in this case.
That is correct, Your Honor. It is our understanding that Miss Sanford, she is the mother of their 2-year-old child, and it's my understanding that Mr. Lotta is requesting contact with his 2-year-old daughter via Zoom. It's my understanding that Mr. Lotta resides here and the mother does not reside in the state of Georgia.
That's correct, Your Honor. The mother resides in New York. Currently, Mr. Lotta and the mother of the child are going through the process of legitimation, or at least Mr. Lotta is going through the process of legitimation in New York. And in terms of custody and visitation, we've an impasse in that the court in New York will not hear the matter of custody and visitation based off of the no contact order from here in Georgia in Clayton County. So we're trying to make some arrangement to allow where Mr. Lotta would be able to ultimately have some sort of visitation with his daughter.
So it just seems that, hey, because they're in two different states, you got the father out in New York and you got the mother out in Georgia. And she has a court order to where they have, I guess they have no contact order. And the father out in New York is trying to get at least some visitation, right? But the reason, I guess the courts in New York won't allow that to happen, or won't even hear about the courts and the visitation or whatnot because of the court order for the no contact, right? So, I mean, this is wild, right? This is wild, but it gets even better.
I'm not consenting to any access between Benjamin Lotta, the defendant, and Emmy. Emmy is the 2-year-old, our daughter. As it stands right now, Your Honor, I have many pressing concerns. And what I'm surprised that has not been brought up already is that Mr. Lotta has an outstanding, and I'm going to be careful with my words because of how it's entered, but he has an outstanding warrant here in New York when he has been evading the police for the last close to 3 years by not answering that warrant. He has refused to come to in-person proceedings. His family court attorney makes excuses for him by just saying he can't come because he would get arrested. He has not tried to turn himself in. They have said that they cannot find it. But it has been stated on record several times. My previous attorney has been able to confirm he is a wanted person in New York. The terminology of it, with it being a warrant, it's not the exact terminology, but it is an equivalent because the police department issued it and not the state. So that's why when you search it, it does not appear, but he is in fact wanted here in New York City for an offense here. Now,
What they call it up there, a detainer?
No, it starts with an I.
Okay.
But he is.
So you're objecting to any contact?
Yes, but I have other concerns as well.
Well, let me satisfy what I need to know. The child is fully in your custody and control.
I have sole legal and physical custody of Emmy Lynn at this time. Yes.
Okay, there would be nobody else who could facilitate the contact over Zoom, but you.
No, because one, Mr.
I'll
Lotta
have to
has
tell
made.
you why. if you have full custody and control and there's nobody else, that's fine. The less that the child's information is put out there, the better. I don't like.
So now apparently he has a warrant, right? He has a warrant, but then she says, well, it's really not an official warrant. It's really not an official warrant. So that's why whenever you look it up, you won't ever see it. So it's either a warrant or it's not a warrant. I mean, it just seems that it seems she didn't dealt with a pookie or whatnot. This right here just embodies how a lot of your sisters walk through life. They think they can change certain guys. They think they can, and I don't even think, bro. Once again, he doesn't even have a warrant for his arrest. It's mighty sad. It's just mighty sad that once again, here's a woman who is just abusing and control and just having power, just coming up with any and everything to keep that child away from the father. I mean, she's the one that's trying to make all the ultimatums, and she's trying to dictate the whole situation when this man can see him. It's just a bad situation. It's just a bad situation, and I'm pretty sure she'd be the same one marching and saying, "Oh well, you know, the patriarchy and the system is holding us down, yada yada yada." But then we'll turn around and end up using the same system against her baby father to keep the child away from him. It's just sick, right? It's just sick. But let's continue.
I have already consented to Zooms. I have signed stipulations granting the defendant access, but I withdrew it because one, he did not have Georgia's permission, and two, he was actually actively abusing government agencies during that process. And just to talk about my safety concerns when it comes to the defendant and Emmy Lynn, the defendant has sworn under oath in a criminal trial in Fulton County that he instructed someone to call CPS with false allegations stating that I was going to kill my daughter. And this is in
accordance. This is all I need to know. Ms. Sanford, you're not testifying for this, Ms. Sanford. I don't want to know anymore because what I don't.
The reason why I'm bringing that up is because I don't want to
have around my daughter. This is what I'm saying is y'all start testifying whenever it's a family law issue. Y'all start testifying for whatever the next hearing is. I don't need to know all that. What I need to know is whether it makes sense for me to grant the modification. I think I've heard enough where I'm not comfortable granting the modification. Yeah. I think, what, Ms. Palmer?
Is it possible if I can have a breakout room with the court as well as with defense counsel?
Please.
Okay. 1 second.
Hey, I mean, even the defense are like, man, please, man, we got to get up out of here, man. Like, please, we got to take a break because this one right here is the issue.
Now, Ms. Sanford, you came on here and I'm listening to you, but as a mother, I would have never shown my daughter's picture. I would have never said your daughter's name. That was your daughter's name multiple times. You've shown the picture multiple times. That to me is performative.
Your Honor, may I just intervene because you've made a few statements that are very inaccurate, okay?
Y'all didn't choose to have a baby together.
First and foremost, let me make it clear on record.
Y'all didn't choose to have a baby together.
I chose to have my daughter. He told me to have an abortion. And I'm now, let me just start because we're going into things that's not relevant and I don't speak about these things in the presence of my daughter. Your Honor,
I'm not doing
Your Honor, I offered I heard.
Okay, so to the extent that I am holding up the family law court from making a decision in this case, I will grant a very limited
Your Honor, may
modification. Ms. Sanford,
mention what I was going to say. You made some statements and I would like
to... I will grant a very limited modification of my order. It is to be no violent or harassing contact, no direct contact. Any contact will be subject to text messages. If there is Zoom contact, the Zoom has to be recorded so that there's a record for the court. No physical contact, no in-person contact.
I'm going to appeal it.
You can do whatever you want to, Ms. Amber.
And we gotta sit here and believe everything that's coming out of this sister's mouth. She can't even sit over here and talk to a judge correctly. She has to sit here and argue and be combative, right? We hear this from when it comes down to a lot of our sisters, argumentative, combative, doing everything you can to keep that little girl / little boy, because it can happen to either son or daughter, right? Keep that child away from the father. Why? But it's just spitefulness, right? And it sounds like she dealt with Pookie, right? But I'm pretty sure 9 times out of 10, she say she's college educated. She got all the intuition in the world and whatnot, right? But yeah, you keep a lot of your smart, educated women keep finding themselves in this situation. It's kind of ironic, but look, guys, do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. Y'all let me know down below, what do y'all think?